Welcome to Common Sense Parenting with Pam, the podcast where we simplify parenting with common sense tips, real life scenarios, and a little bit of humor along the way. I'm Pam, and I'm here to help you build the skills and confidence you need to raise happy, resilient, and responsible children. So grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and let's tackle parenting one common sense tip at a time. Where's your backpack? Do you have your lunchbox? Have you brushed your teeth? Come on, you're going to miss the bus. Let's go. Does any of that sound like your house some mornings? I'm sure it is in many households across the world. So today we're going to be talking about how you can restore order and reduce chaos in your house and teach your children some independence and some accountability and some autonomy. So welcome to our episode today, Charlotte and Jill, Parenting Made Simpler. If you are tired of reminding your children to do all of those things every morning, relax, because I have got the secret sauce for you. It's called structure. There are 3 things your children need that are going to help restore calm, cooperation, and confidence for both you and your children: charts, schedules, and routines. And that's what we're talking about today. Now, why does structure matter? Well, it's simple. Children thrive on structure. It gives them a sense of security and safety. They know what to expect, and that helps reduce anxiety, resistance, and even meltdowns. So think about it like this. You're an adult. You like to know what comes next. You probably have calendars, reminder alarms set on your phone, use notes in your phone. You have a planner. You have to-do lists. Well, children are the same. When the day feels unpredictable, it can be overwhelming for them. I know it is for me. Every morning, I like to lay out what it is I'm going to do for that day. So when there's a routine, it creates a rhythm, and they feel more grounded and more in control. Structure also teaches responsibility and independence. So when a child sees a chart that says brush teeth, get dressed, eat breakfast, they begin to own those steps without you having to nag them to do those things. Isn't that brilliant? Let's get practical now. How can we bring structure into the home? It's really simple. You're going to use visual routine charts. One for the morning. This is simple. A morning one, after school one, bedtime, an overall daily schedule, and then one that I call responsibility chart. And you can create these clip art, stickers, poster board. You can even get foam core boards, the trifold ones from the Dollar Tree. Help your children create these because it gives them more buy-in and it makes it more fun. Now, your daily schedule is a little bit different. The daily schedule is going to be general. It's going to be something like 7 a.m. wake up, 8 o'clock school, 3:30 snack and free play, 5 o'clock homework, 6 o'clock dinner, 7:30 bedtime. And that, of course, you're going to adjust that to your own household. But having those schedules eliminates that power struggle of children saying, I don't want to do that now. And you're like, well, that's what the schedule says. So it eliminates that. The responsibility chart is the tasks that your child is responsible for doing as part of the household. You're a family. You all participate together to keep the running of the household smooth. Every child has jobs, or I don't like to call them chores. I call them responsibilities because that's what they are. And so you sit down with your children, or you prepare a list of things that need done around the house, and this would be daily and weekly things like mow the lawn, water the flowers, feed the dog, change the dog's water bowl, change the kitty litter, do your laundry, dust the house, run the vacuum, empty the trash, whatever it is that you have in your house. So for every child, they're going to have their own responsibility chart because that's going to differ for each child's responsibilities. And as they change, you can change the charts as well. The other schedules are pretty set. Those are the normal things that are going to happen every day. The responsibility is something a little bit different. And remember, these charts don't need to be fancy, like I said. So here's how you're going to get started on this. Very easily. You pick one routine, just one. Focus on that one first. So that could be your morning or the bedtimes. Those are the great starting points. Make the chart with your child. Now, with younger children, use pictures. And with older children, you can use words. Younger children, pictures and words. So it would be picture of someone getting dressed, a picture of a backpack, of a lunchbox. Now, you can take pictures of your children's lunchbox and shoes and coat if you want to make it even more connection there with the child. But help your child create this with you, help them choose the images, decide on the order they need to go in, work on this together. And you need to be consistent on this. So you're going to walk through it together for the first few days because this is a new habit for them to learn, a new pattern that they have to establish, a new routine. So you want to make sure you lay that out for them and kind of walk through it and remind them. Always celebrate these wins with the children, praise their independence, their cooperation. And here's a pro tip on this. Please do not expect perfection. That's not even a goal. And the goal is not to create these little robots, that automatically do everything. It's to reduce chaos and to help your children feel capable and secure. Now, with younger children, you might want to laminate the pictures, put Velcro on the back so you can easily adjust their schedules. You want to keep them consistent as much as possible, but we all know life happens. Things change sometimes. So you need to be flexible enough to make those changes in the schedule as needed. And of course, you'll have your school year schedule, then you'll have your summer schedule, right, during the summertime, or your break schedules for spring break or whatever breaks they have during the year. Now, if you have younger children who are not in school, they're home with you. Maybe they go to preschool. So you create schedules around that so that your children from a very young age get used to this order. Always post these where your children can see them easily and they're easily accessible. That's on the refrigerator door on their eye level. That's on the back of their bedroom door in the morning or at night. Their morning and bedtime routines go there. This could be a space in your house that you have, like a wall that you have all of them posted on. Again, you could use a trifold board, put the different schedules on there. It could have the morning, the afternoon, the bedtime, even the daily schedule, all on one trifold board that you can easily fold up at the end of the night and put away, bring out the next morning if you wanted to, if you don't want it hanging around the house somewhere out where everyone can see it. Some people like to use the checklists. They do the task, they get a check mark. Others just want the schedule there for the children to see it. So that's a personal choice. But create your systems. This is all about systems. This is all about organization. This is all about consistency. Now, what happens if your child, say in the morning, they're just not getting their shoes on? Normally, I know what I would do is like, why aren't you getting your shoes on? Didn't I tell you to get your shoes on? We have to go. Here's how this is going to change. Instead of you saying, where are your shoes? Aren't you supposed to be getting your shoes on right now? You say, what are you supposed to be doing next? And if they look at you, say, you need to look at your schedule or your chart. What does that say you're supposed to be doing next? Now, do you see the difference there? You didn't say what they needed to be doing. The schedule did. The routine that they set up, the chart, that's telling them what they need to do next. So you might have to remind them, you need to go look at your chart, see what's next. But this takes you out of the equation, and the chart is the one who is telling them what to do. Now, I know that sounds silly, but trust me, that avoids a lot of power struggles because it's not you bossing them around and telling them, as children like to say, you're not the boss of me. And my response would be, oh, yes, I am. But in this case, you don't have to be. All right, so let's recap this for you. Remember, structure helps children feel safe. They need security. They need to know what comes next. They also can create independence, autonomy, and responsibility here, and accountability from managing these charts. It also, in the long run, is going to teach them time management. That's an extra added bonus. The charts and the schedules reduce power struggles, as we just said, and these routines create peace and predictability for your children. So if you're ready to start bringing more calm into your home, that's great. Start small, build from there. You're going to be amazed at how much smoother your days become. Thanks for hanging out with me today on Chart It and Chill. You've got this, and I'm cheering you on every single step of the way. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Common Sense Parenting with Pam. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and if you did, please leave a review. That helps other parents find us. And if you have friends who also have children and could use some parenting tips, feel free to share this. I'd really appreciate it. You know I love to hear from you, so you can always find me on my socials. And until then, remember, love